Tyro Estrada had 4 RBIs on Monday night. He's hitting in the number 8 spot again. And now the 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. How about Kyle Hendricks? He has struck out 5 of the first 8 batters, has not allowed a hit so far. 0-0 game, 3rd inning. The batter is Trenton Brooks.
And I can say, in watching Kyle closely and the location of his pitches, and he got a strikeout on the one changeup that stayed in the middle of the plate. Other than that, that's the only pitch he's thrown in that middle third of the strike zone, whether it be up or down. Great command so far in this ballgame from Kyle Hendricks.
St. Louis and Miami tied at 3. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning in South Florida. They had an extra inning game last night. First pitch to Brooks is down low. The Cardinals squandered 4 different leads in that game, and they lost 9-8 in 10 innings to Miami. Cincinnati squeaked by the Pirates 2-1. Nick Lodolo has won 5 consecutive starts. The Reds are a good team. They've got an interesting mix of young players, starting pitching, some dynamic everyday players. I'd keep an eye on them.
Very, very athletic. They have great athletes almost at every position.
Here's the fly ball to center. Pretty well hit, but it is playable for Crow Armstrong. Making the catch just to the right of deep center. And that's going to be out number 2. 3rd inning is sponsored by the good people at Invesco QQQ. We are coming to you live all season long from them. And this is the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Scoreless game, 2 down, 3rd inning. Brett Wisely steps in and takes inside. But we do wish Jan Gomes all the best.
Absolutely.
Great person.
A huge fan of Jan. Since he came to the Cubs, he's done nothing but do his very best to be a team leader, to be a captain kind of guy, help guide his pitching staff through ball game after ball game. Really good clutch hitter last year. You know, and this year his role kind of flip-flopped with Amaya, where he was the backup. And, you know, that makes it difficult to hit. There's no doubt about it. But Jan has always handled himself very, very well. He'll find a job. He'll be in a different uniform here very soon.
He's 36, and you never know how long your baseball career is going to last. But after his playing days, Ron, if he so chooses, I know he has a young family and small kids. Here's the 3-1 to Wisely. Line towards center. Crow Armstrong is there. He's got it. But I could see him coaching and possibly even managing if he so desires.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez. Left field, McCormick back, it's over his head, the guard the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
Listen, I've been following you for a while, man.
First up, let's see if he can get on with his great speed and lead to a rally. He takes outside from the right-hander Bivens. Bivens, lanky right-hander. And he comes back 1-0. Armstrong takes outside for a ball. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. I'll just go ahead and start with 37,073 today. Swing and a smash, base hit to right, past Brooks. I thought Brooks was going to get a glove on it, Ron, but he misjudged his reach. I know that sounds peculiar to say, but he had the glove there, just didn't put it in the right spot.
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing, too, is sometimes it's tough to judge when the ball hits the dirt for the first time with that topspin, what the ball's going to do. And I think that was part of the issue, but good start for the inning and a good swing by Pete Crow Armstrong. He had a line drive bullet.
He's dancing off first as Bivens goes to work on Horner. Here's a pickoff throw to first, not in time. Suzuki on deck. This big crowd ready to make some noise at Wrigley. Cubs trying to put back-to-back wins together, trying to win a series. Nico struck out in the first. He'll take a fastball strike here.
Big hole on the right side of the diamond. Nico does a very good job of handling the bat. He could shoot that hole on the right side. See if he gave Pete one pitch to try to steal second.
Off the inside, 1-1. Third inning sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by.
So your guess was 37.
0-7-3.
Okay.
Horner hits a smash foul past a leaping third base coach, Willie Harris. Guys in the dugout giving Willie a bad time, saying, Willie, that's the quickest move you've made in 10 years.
Ball gets on you in a hurry down there.
It sure does. 1-2 on Nico. Scoreless game in the third. The runner goes. The pitch low. The throw to second base. Not nearly in time. Pete Crow Armstrong, a head-first slide, had it stolen easily. And now let's see if that can be cashed in.
But I'll tell you, there's sometimes where you think a guy's gets a great jump. Now, Pete took a shuffle step and then had to stop because Bivens held the ball. Did not get a great jump. Had a huge lead, but not a great jump. He just outran the play.
Here's a liner into right field, a base hit. Crow Armstrong to third and holding as the throw comes in. Horner bluffing going to second. He'll hold it first with a single. First and third, nobody out. Good base coaching by Willie Harris. You don't want a guy to be thrown out for the first out at the plate. And now first and third, nobody out for Seiya Suzuki.
Yeah, you got to give your middle of your lineup a chance to drive in some runs. On a day like today, wind blowing out hard to straightaway center. And that goes right back to what we were talking about, Pat, of Nico being able to handle the bat well and just inside outs that one to the right side.
Infield back. Suzuki had a walk his first time. Swings and misses. 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. AUDACY. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Cubs threatening first and third, nobody out. The pitch fouled back. Now it's 2 strikes. Do you change your swing here a little?
Well, I just think you really want to put this ball in play the best you can if you're Suzuki. He has seen a sweeping breaking ball down and away and a fastball up and in.
Crow Armstrong leads in foul territory at third. Horner away from first. Very good speed on the base pass. Crow Armstrong, by the way, now 13 for 13 in stealing bags. Here's the 0-2. Suzuki hits it foul, reaching for one just to stay alive, and did appear to shorten the stroke a little bit.
Yes, he did, absolutely, and that's a good thing. You want to, let the ball carry and get deeper, and then that fastball away, you just flick at it. If things work out perfect, you get a base hit to right. If not, you foul the ball off.
Down low for a ball, 1-2 on Seiya. Warm and breezy, wind blowing toward left and left center, and occasionally to straightaway center, as it is this moment. Big crowd ready to cut loose. Low, Horner runs, steals second base. Bailey bluffed to throw, but he had no interest in trying to throw to second base. None whatsoever. Stolen base for Nico.
But it just amazes me over the last few years, in particular now that teams are running more, that they just don't throw through. If you get first and third, the catcher is just holding the ball.
Infield stays back. Suzuki takes outside, 3-2. Horner with his 11th steal run. He's only been caught twice. I love these percentages, though. Armstrong 13 out of 13. Now the 3-2 pitch to Seiya from Bivens. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. The bags are now loaded for Cody Bellinger. Potential turning point, perhaps, of the entire ball game right now.
Yes, Seiya with a check swing. They did not appeal till way late from the dugout, and that ends up getting a safe ball from Corey Blazer. I think Cubs might have caught a break. The catcher behind home plate did not make the call right away. I'm really surprised Bailey didn't ask for the appeal. The Cubs caught a break. Now the Cubs with the bases loaded and nobody out.
So, Ron, you're saying the longer you wait to ask for an appeal, the less likely you are to get a swing call?
No doubt. Absolutely.
Interesting.
I don't know why that is the case, but for all of my years of playing professional baseball, that has always been the case. Never have you seen a guy get banged and he's 2/3 of the way down the line because of the late appeal.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay, bases loaded, nobody out. The Giants keep the infield back. Bellinger at the plate. No score, bases loaded, nobody out. The first pitch to Cody. In there for a called strike. You can just feel this crowd is ready to cut loose. Bellinger lined out to left his first time. Conforto not playing deep in left, surprisingly. The 0-1. Bellinger hits a ground ball toward the middle. Glove by Bivens, throws home. They get one, and the throw to first not in time. The Giants might ask for a challenge on that play at first. Bivens reached out. I thought the ball was going to get by him. With a long reach, he flagged it and fired to the catcher to force out Crow Armstrong. And now the Giants are going to appeal and challenge the call at first. Bivens made a very good play. I thought it was by him.
Yeah, I did too. He just stuck the glove out and snared it quickly. And this is one of those plays at first, really close. Great play. The two things that happened, a great catch by Bivens, as you called, and then he made a good, strong throw right to home plate and allowed Bailey to be able to come up and make a strong throw. We're going to get a shot of this here, and I think it's going to be a double play, Pat. It's going to be a 1-2-3 double play. I think Bellinger's going to be called out.
Yeah, you're right, Ron. It does look like the ball's in the glove before the foot hits the bag. It's overturned, and Bellinger is out at first base. Huge double play. Still no score. Now men at second and third, and Morel the batter. And in terms of game momentum, this might be the biggest at-bat of the whole day right here. So a 1-2-3 double play. The pitch to Morel. Swinging a foul back.
Stolen bases by the Cubs. For every stolen base this season, a Turo Tire will make a donation to keeping families covered. We always appreciate that from a Turo Tire.
Now the 0-1 to Morel. Low and outside. Challenges and instant replays. Whenever they take a second look, it's a reminder. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. The 1-1 hit on the ground toward the middle. Tough play for the shortstop. He throws to first to get him. The pitcher, Bivens, got a bare hand on that soft liner, and it turns into a 1-6.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Ellie De La Cruz in this photo of Reds fans?
Ellie De La Cruz. This guy is like nothing I've ever seen before.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In Game 2, his first home run. He's gone!
He can do it all. Fight to a star.
It's a cycle! Ellie made.
And there he is.
Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
Notice Gurriel. That ball's hit well into left field. That one is way back there. And Gurriel goes deep. Back-to-back home runs for the Diamondbacks. The Snakes are alive here in this second inning. Gurriel with his second home run of this postseason. And it's 2-0 Arizona.
Here he gets a 1-1 sinker. Tried to get that sinker coming in.
Gurriel with his fifth hit of this LCS. Got the best hair going in the postseason.
Sitco, you're good to go. Game's in progress. Bottom of the ninth in Miami. The Cardinals and Marlins are tied at 3. The Padres a 2-1 leader over the Phillies. They're in the top half of the 8th inning. Jackson Merrill going deep for San Diego. And a couple of finals on the board.
Elliot Ramos fouls it away. Zach, what else you got?
The Braves shut out the Tigers 7-0. Sean Murphy goes 4 for 4 with 2 home runs. And the Pirates a 1-0 winner over the Reds. Pat?
Zach, thank you for the updates. Here it's a 0-0 game. Ramos pokes it foul, right side out of play. Cubs let a great chance slip away in that third. Bellinger hitting into the 1-2-3 double play, and then Morel bouncing out on the play that has scored 1-6-3.
It's not often that maybe the key defensive play of the game is made by a pitcher.
True. Elliot Ramos swings and misses. Strikeout number 6 for Kyle Hendricks. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers, by the way, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai.
And right back to your point in the very first inning, after the first inning and Kyle threw, curveball once again to get the strikeout.
Big bouncer to second, backing up Horner to get a more convenient bounce. And he throws to first in time. Patrick Bailey, the catcher, hit the ball. He is out number 2. Scoreless game, 4th inning. The batter is Matt Chapman.
And now we know Kyle has had some struggles this season, there's no doubt. But for years, Kyle Hendricks pitching at Wrigley Field and great hitters days was absolutely phenomenal at keeping the Cubs in every game that he pitched. For years, he had a great record pitching here at Wrigley Field. And I just know all these years of him pitching in these days with the winds howling out, 1 run, 2 runs, maybe 3 at the most, he is always giving the Cubs a chance.
Matt Chapman stepping in, has a count of 0-1. Now it's 0-2. How much of that statement run has to do with his ability to change speeds?
I would say all of it, right? His demeanor, but I mean, his ability to go back and forth with speed and keep the ball in the ballpark was amazing.
The 0-2 outside to Chapman. But he really does appear to be an artist on the mound, just painting the sides of the plate and changing speeds. Always looks composed on the mound. Never seems to get rattled, no matter what happens. And baseball has a way of rattling everyone.
Yeah, no doubt. The attendance game, I know we need to make our guesses. I will say 35,500 today.
Here comes the 0-2 to Chapman, fouled away.
I'm going to go 36,500.
Rich Wyatt in our booth today.
I'm going to go 37,500.
37.5 for Rich. Great to have Richie in our booth today.
Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 7 for Kyle Hendricks. He still hasn't given up.
And this ball may go. Correction, this ball will go a long way. 3 batters in, 3-0 Atlanta.
Well, what a perfect night, huh? Perfect way to start the night. Ronald gets his 40th. Ozzie gets on, and Riley absolutely tees off in the left center.
37th of the year for Austin.
Oh, fastball that crept back over the middle of the plate.
Corbin knew it right away. There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's gonna wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez. There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
Ian Happ takes a strike. Zach?
The home run leader, Aaron Judge, with 26, and Judge also the RBI leader, Pat, with 64.
Very good. Here, no score, 4th inning. Bivens to Happ. Ian taking a strike. Happ drilled a ground rule double that landed in the ivy in dead center his first time up. Cubs had a man at second with nobody out in the second and couldn't score. They loaded the bags with nobody out in the third and walked away empty-handed. Happ fouls it away. It's 0-2.
And his 4th inning, sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking. Yeah, last inning, Bivens made the 2 key plays, the pitcher. He snared a 1-hop bullet back up the middle and turned it into a 1-2-3 double play. And then as that pitch misses down, and then Morel hits a ball that's going to go up the middle for a base hit and gets his arm on it. I think it hits him in his forearm as he kind of waved at it, his throwing arm no less, and it ends up going to the second baseman and ends up being an out.
Happ hits one in the air, deep center field. This ball's got a chance. Gone. Get out the tape measure for Ian Happ. Cubs lead 1-0. Dead center. It landed on the roof beyond the green shrubbery. A drive of about 440 feet. Happ is warming up.
He gets a pitch, inner half, and I believe it's a two-seam fastball. Yep, it starts out in and it ends up right in the middle of the plate. And Ian hits this ball right over the 400-foot mark in center, and the Cubs take a 1-0 lead.
His 9th of the year. Here's Dansby Swanson taking inside. His 38th run batted in. You don't see a lot of balls land on that little rooftop out in center field. It's below the bleacher section, which is right below the scoreboard. But that's at least 440.
Yeah, that ball was well struck. Absolutely.
Cubs lead 1-0. This is not a day where 1-0 is a secure lead. Dansby Swanson takes a strike, 2-1. Along with all of the articles and the tributes to Willie Mays, and of course the Giants are in town. A lot of these guys. Here's a swing and a fly ball deep right center field off the bat of Swanson. That ball is gone. Back to back. It landed in the basket in deep right center. Dansby Swanson with a home run. Cubs lead 2-0.
Big swing of the bat by Dansby, and you know, it goes right back to where he is hitting these baseballs. 2 days, 2 home runs, 2 opposite field home runs. You do not have to pull the ball at Wrigley Field with the wind blowing out. And that keeps him on the breaking ball and the fastball away. He gets this ball up in the breeze and lands one in the basket. And it comes with a 2-0 lead. That is a big swing of the bat for Dansby. When I love both of these balls, one to straightaway center and one the other way. That'll create a mound visit for the pitching coach.
Brian Price is the pitching coach for the Giants. Cubs lead 2-0 for Dansby, his 8th of the year, his 22nd run batted in. Another hefty home run. In fact, I have to read that again on back-to-backs. Hefty home run.
Let's give it a quadruple hefty.
Ian Happ and Dansby Swanson, sponsored by, you guessed it, Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strong all day long. Michael Busch. Let's see if the Cubs can make it a hat trick with 3 in a row. The RBIs, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Here's the 0-1. It's outside for a ball. Crowd kind of buzzing. That's what they came to see today. Some long balls. There've been a lot of days lately where you thought the Cubs would hit more homers than they did. But they're starting to come now. Here's the 1-1. It's outside.
Now, it comes when your approach is good at the plate and you got a chance to square the ball up. And I think what we're seeing is some of the approaches by Cubs hitters are getting back to the middle of the field, maybe the other way a little bit, and you just got more room for error. You know, you're not in and out of the hitting zone so quick, and Dansby put a charge into that one, and so did Ian Happ.
Cubs lead 2-0. Still nobody out in this 3rd inning. Spencer Bivens delivers. In there for a strike, 3-2. Big thanks to Stella Blue Coffee and Barstool Big Cat for being the official coffee sponsors of Cubs Radio. They've provided us with some great coffee right here in the booth. 3-2 outside. Good plate appearance by Busch. He gets the walk. I would think, Ron, there's a temptation after your previous 2 teammates have gone deep for you to think about joining that group and as a result overswinging.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And he got a pitch on 3-1. It was just down, and he took it and ends up working the walk.
There will be a pitching change, I believe. Yes, there will be. Pitching change.
Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Aaron Judge in this sea of Yankee fans?
That one is drill. A Judgian blast.
That is absolutely crushed.
Judge has done it again. Santa Maria. And it is going to be caught by Judge. How about that?
So much fun to watch.
And there he is.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run, a 2-run bomb.
Jelly roll.
Jelly roll. I think those are the two main jelly references in my mind right now.
I don't look up at the board, though, and see jelly. Do you?
Well, because it starts with an H. There's H-J-E-L-L-E. Meanwhile, Miguel Amaya is the batter, first man to face jelly. Sounds kind of odd to say. He's facing jelly at the moment. Poor guy.
Huh?
Here comes the 0-1 to Amaya. Poke foul off to the right. Bush
Maybe he'll hit the peanut butter out of one, and we'll be.
Jelly is a tall drink of water. You're going to get his exact height. Here comes the 0-2. Amaya checks and takes down low.
6'11".
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He qualifies.
Have him jump center.
Yeah.
So the tall jelly man delivers 1-2. On the way to Amaya, there's a chopper foul. Didn't mean that in any derogatory manner whatsoever.
No.
Calling him a jelly man. I was thinking about names earlier, Ron. I like to have fun with names.
We've noticed.
Yes. Nestor Seiya is our home plate umpire today. If Nestor ever became a father and he decided to name the child after Suzuki, the youngster's name would be Seiya Seiha. Just something to think about. And then if that child should go into the dentistry profession, he'd be saying "say ah" his whole life long.
Oh my.
See, I don't waste my free time. Here comes
Obviously.
the 2-2.
Yeah.
2-2 pitches down low. It's 3-2.
That's why you're a Hall of Famer.
Say ah. Amaya with red batting gloves waiting.
Heat's not getting us, folks. Don't worry.
Throw to first, diving back in is Bush. Love players' names and having fun with them. But again, when your real first name, as mine is Virgil, you feel like you have the right to poke fun at other people too.
I would have to go with that. Yeah, I would think you're right. Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to agree with that one. Here's a liner to left. That's going to be a base hit. Good plate appearance by Amaya. He saw a lot of pitches from Jelly. And then finally lined a single into left. And the Cubs have 2 runs in. They have 2 men on, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong. Now the Cubs are thinking about a big inning.
Yeah, you need another big swing of the bat here in this inning. A gapper, something like that. Wind blowing out hard. You get a ball elevated. You never know. Cubs have 2 home runs in the inning, and now Couple guys on, nobody out.
Pete's going to bunt and does foul, trying to push it toward third. But again, we were thanking Stella Blue Coffee and Barstool Big Cat for being the official coffee sponsors of Cubs Radio. All kinds of delicious varieties. Big Cat Blend, Positive Vibes, Electric Avenue. All good. With each purchase of Stella Blue Coffee, proceeds go to Paws Chicago, helping pets in the Chicagoland area. Armstrong bunts toward third. Good bunt. And the ball thrown to first. He throws it away. A collision at first base. The defensive player is hurt. A run scores. And advancing to third on the play is Amaya. The second baseman, Estrada, covering first. There was a collision between Pete Crow Armstrong and Tyro Estrada. Estrada fell down holding his arm. Crow Armstrong appears to be okay. The Cubs get a run. It's a hit and an error. And the Cubs have men at second and third. Still nobody out in the inning. And now the trainer is looking at Estrada. Ron, a wild play here at Wrigley. Good bunt, though, by Pete Crow Armstrong.
A lot of things happening on this play. The ball, as the play is progressing, there's a throw to first. There's the collision. The ball, though, goes past and goes out of play and bounces right back. So I know that's what the umpires are wondering. But I believe the base runners, where they're at, is where they would be, I believe. The question would be, where would Amaya be on that? Would he get an extra base? Pete Crow Armstrong would end up at second base. I'm sure of that. And I believe Amaya would end up at third. But this ball goes out of play and then comes back, I believe.
Ronnie, the way I remember it is at the moment of the throw, the runners get the base they're going to if it's a ball thrown out of play, and they get an additional base beyond that.
I think you're 100% right. I believe that's correct.
Now Nico Hoerner batting. Cubs lead 3-0. Second and third still nobody out, and 3 runs in the bank.
And I'm not 100% sure the ball went out of play. From the first view fast, I thought it was out of play, but it might not have.
The pitch to Nico is a strike. Give Crow Armstrong, a bunt single. He got the job done. Chapman, the third baseman, bobbled the ball and then released his throw near the mound. It was a high throw. Estrada reached for it, and as he reached, here's the pitch to Hoerner, bounced foul down the first baseline. As Estrada reached for the throw, he reached into the runner and almost clotheslined Pete Crow Armstrong with his glove. It knocked the helmet off of Crow Armstrong. To his credit, he maintained his footing and then took second base.
Well, I think this is a real learning tool you can use with Pete.
Liner towards second, and it's going to be a double play. The shortstop wisely caught the line drive off the bat of Hoerner and then ran to second to double up Pete Crow Armstrong. 2 down, a runner still at third. Big play there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before in all these years.
Same.
Infield in, Pete with a huge lead at second base. The ball hit on the line, and he had to have taken a couple steps towards third base and then had to retreat and could not get back as Wisely beats him to the bag.
So 6 unassisted on the line out to short. Unassisted double play. Amaya still the runner at third. 2 down now. 2 strikes on the batter, Suzuki. The set for the 0-2 from the big tall right-hander Jelly. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Cubs have to settle for 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1.
There's a ball driven in deep left field. Up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field. Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez. Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit would be one to remember. There it is! 2000! A milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutchen. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
The score and the free Odyssey app. Kyle Hendricks steals, and his first pitch to Michael Conforto to begin the 5th inning is inside for a ball. 1-0. It's the Cubs with a 3-0 lead over San Francisco. The finale of a 3-game set here at Wrigley Field. Hendricks faces home plate, acknowledges the sign from Amaya, now works his motion, the 1-0 delivery on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 as Hendricks goes with a fastball. Only one Giant has reached base this afternoon. Elliot Ramos walked in the first. Hendricks with 7 strikeouts on the afternoon. The 1-1, a swing and a miss by Conforto at a slow-moving breaking ball. 1-2. Hendricks has been using that curveball much more frequently than we've become accustomed to seeing him, at least early on in the game.
It's been fastball, changeup, curveball, and he has mixed in some that, and he's got a couple strikeouts with the hook so far today.
A 1-2 delivery. Conforto swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with the changeup. Strikeout number 8. 1 away.
And to me, the curveball is a surprise pitch for most hitters, but his command of the fastball and the changeup have been outstanding today. As I said, he's thrown one changeup in the middle of the plate. He got a strikeout early in the game on that pitch just because of the change of speed, but he has not thrown another pitch really in the middle of the plate.
Jorge Soler hits a towering fly ball, shallow right center field, and it's Suzuki who makes the catch for out number 2. A reminder, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. So 2 down. Mike Yastrzemski will now hit, left-handed batter. Grounded out to second in his only at-bat in the second inning, 0 for 1. Cubs with a 3-0 lead here in the top half of the 5th inning. Hendricks steals. Slow-moving bouncing ball to second. Fielded on a belt-high hop by Nico. His throw to first in time, and the Giants go down in order here in the 5th, still without a hit. Middle 5.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit would be one to remember. A milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutchen. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
Wrigley Field, the Cubs a 3-0 lead over the Giants. The Potawatomi Casino Hotel 5th inning. Light up your senses. Cody Bellinger swings at the first pitch and grounds it to the second baseman. Estrada flips to first for out number 1. Cubs scoring all of their runs in the 4th inning. Ian Happ and Dansby Swanson went back-to-back. The 3rd run scored on an error. So 1 away. Here's Christopher Morel, who's 0 for 2 today. Powerful right-handed batter against the tall right-hander Sean Jelly. High leg kick and pitch in there for strike. Fastball at 94 mph, 0-1 the count. Now the pitch. That's low. 1-1 the count.
This guy, Jelly, at 6'11". It takes a hitter a little time to see the pitch out of his hand, just because of his height, and it just comes from a different spot than you're accustomed to seeing the ball.
Now last pitch, a knuckle curve that nipped the outside portion of the plate for a strike. 1-2. Jelly deals, and Morel chops one on the ground right of the mound. It's fielded by Jelly. Underhand toss to first. Morel's retired, 2 away. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
And all opponents' pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Keep that one handy. It's a bullpen game for the Giants, so there are going to be a lot of pitchers before this one is done. Ian Happ looks at a strike on the outside corner. The next pitch is in there for strike 2. Cut fastball at 93 miles per hour from Jelly. Happ clobbered one his last time up, a 442-foot drive to center field for his 9th home run of the year. He's 2 for 2, both extra base hits. That home run in the 4th and a double in the 2nd. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs go down in order in inning number 5. We head to inning number 6.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
And here is Giancarlo.
Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Diane. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Tyro Estrada first up here in the 6th inning. Cubs leading it by a score of 3-0. Out hitting the Giants 7-0. That's right. Kyle Hendricks has been razor sharp. Big slow curveball swung on and missed by Thairo Estrada. He keeps mixing in a good number of those slow curves. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball low and outside. Kyle's pitch count for the day, 67. The reason I bring it up, Ron, he hasn't pitched deep into a game very frequently all year. There's a deep drive to left. Going back is Happ. Over his head, a leaping try on the warning track. It's going to be a double for Thairo Estrada. Sharply hit ball. Happ went back, tried to make a leaping backhanded catch, and came close. But that's the first hit of the day for San Francisco. A double for Estrada.
Yeah, Ian cuts across and then realizes he's got to go back. And then goes back. Didn't get a great break on this ball or a read on it. And the wind has a lot to do with that. And it ends up one-hopping the wall in left. He just misses getting to it. And it ends up being a leadoff double.
Trenton Brooks checks in. Brooks flied to center his first time. Hot and hazy here at Wrigley. Fly ball to left, pretty well hit. Back goes Happ with room, makes the catch. And that's out number one. Happ fires it in. Happ right on the edge of the warning track as he hauled in that drive. Giants starting to make a little bit more contact here in the inning. Two hard hit balls back to the top of the order for Brett Wisely.
Couple balls that were hit hard, as you said. First one, both of those balls hit pretty good, but Kyle's still only at 69 pitches in the game. But to your point, he hasn't thrown a lot.
A bunt rolling and staying fair. A bunt single for Brett Wisely, and now the tying run will be at the plate for San Francisco.
Thinking, looking back now, Pat, at some of his last outings, the last time he threw 90 pitches was 5-12. So that's been a while. That's early May. And his last 58 pitches, his last outing, 17, 45, and 46. And that goes back into May. So, not a lot of pitches for Kyle.
So right now, Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, is out to see about Kyle and his stamina. Runners at first and third. The Cub lead is 3-0. There is one away in the inning, and Elliot Ramos is due up. First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Ramos has walked and struck out. He was well out in front of an off-speed pitch for the strikeout in his last at-bat. Boy, Kyle would love to get a one-hopper to short here.
One away in the inning, runners at first and third. Toss to first, chasing the runner Wisely back in. Cubs trying to win a series here and even up the homestand at 3-3. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals. One more series to go against the Mets starting Friday. That's on the homestand. Pitch in for a strike to Elliot Ramos. Hendricks, the tall right-hander, ready and deals. Curveball is outside, 1-1.
And pitch clock reminder. Pitch clock powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game.
Estrada down the line at third. Wisely away from first. This ball is hammered foul to right. And back out of play. 1-2. Kyle pitching very well today. 7 strikeouts. He's ahead in the count, 1-2. Ramos takes low and away. 2-2.
You got a left-handed hitter, Bailey. So they're kind of going left, right on Kyle.
Drew Smiley now throwing in the Cub bullpen. Left-hander Taylor Rogers throwing in the Giants bullpen. Infield back, the 2-2. Ground ball to short. Swanson goes to Horner. Swanson goes to first, not in time. Dansby was going to shovel it to Nico. I think at the last minute he decided to take it himself, and his throw pulled Bellinger off the bag at first as a run scores, and it is now a 3-1 ball game. Dansby stepped on second, but his throw to first sailed high, and the Giants get a run. Hendricks is going to get a thunderous ovation here when he leaves the game. And here it comes. Let's listen.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
And Brian Reynolds, the go-ahead solo home run. Pirates shut out the Reds 1-0. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Patrick Bailey, a switch hitter, turns around and bats right-handed now against Drew Smyly, the veteran left-hander, in from the bullpen. 2 down, a man at first, a run in. Here's a liner into left, a base hit. Bailey with a single into left. Ramos stopping at second. And now the tying run is at first, and the dangerous Matt Chapman coming up.
Smiley, a little fastball right in the middle of the plate at the knees, and Bailey hammers this ball to left. But you can't speak enough highly about Kyle Hendricks' outing today. Wind howling out to straightaway center. Great day to hit. And if that's not what we have seen from vintage Kyle Hendricks through the years, I don't know what is, but that was just an outstanding performance by Kyle.
2 outs, 2 on. Chapman, the dangerous right-handed batter at the plate. Swings and misses, and he was trying to launch one right there. Smiley, 16 games, 2 wins, 3 losses. ERA 3.5. He's had some really good outings. The 0-1. Off speed and down low, 1-1. All of his work has been out of the bullpen this season. Outfield deep and straight away. Cubs lead 3-1. Runners lead first and second, 2 down, and the 1-1. Swing and a miss. What do you like on 1 and 2, Ron?
You got really 2 options. Do you want to throw another fastball, or do you want to go to the knuckle curve? He has not made a good pitch yet to Chapman with the knuckle curve. I would say throw the knuckle curve and try to throw it right at the shoe tops. You might get a swing over the top for strike 3.
The 1-2. There it was. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good call, Ron. Giants get 1 on 3 hits.
You like to play it fast and loose on the field, Pisces, since you're a natural athlete and don't have to try too hard to be one of the standout players. But thinking strategically about your approach against upcoming teams will help set you up for success before you even take the field. Getting familiar with the stats and metrics of the opposition will give you the upper hand next time you're facing off on the diamond.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Rex Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez. Left field, McCormick back, it's over his head, the Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night, and it only took 14 innings to get there.
6 Cubs, 3 Giants, 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs and all of Chicago's teams. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the score. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Dansby Swanson is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Pat?
Left-hander Taylor Rogers takes over for the Giants. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan as Dansby Swanson steps in. Dansby had a solo home run to right center his last time up, as he and Ian Happ went back-to-back with long balls in that 4th inning. Cubs would get another run on a throwing error by Chapman. Here's the 1-0, drilled to deep left, curling in the corner and going foul. Did not have home run distance. But pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs, leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Ron?
Pat, some of our friends are here today from Sloan. Graham and Jimmy Allen are here from Sloan, great friends of Cubs and of our radio broadcast. We see them quite a bit. We see them all spring, and they are at the ballpark today. So I know they're enjoying themselves down watching the ball game today.
And they love the Cubs. And of course, Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona, named after their company. And that's a beautiful park, by the way. Here's the 1-2 now to Dansby Swanson. Chopped foul.
Yeah, that a lot like this park. It's not a tough place to go to work every day for spring training, is it?
A good office.
Yeah, I would say, yep. I am always ready to head to Mesa come February when the season gets ready to start.
Taylor Rogers tried to sneak a fastball past Swanson. He fouls it back to stay alive. Well, Ron, just reading all kinds of things today about the late Willie Mays, who passed away yesterday. And thinking about, I think the phrase that Tim Kirchin put in his article was, and I'll get to it in a minute, the 1-2. Check swing, did he go? Yes, strike 3. Swanson's out, number 1. He said he might have been the greatest combination of power, speed, and defense that the game has ever seen.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting the way he put it. And that certainly was Mays. But then I started thinking about all the other center fielders that I've seen. And guys that I didn't see, but I've seen film of, guys like Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
And Joe DiMaggio. I've seen some clips of him. Never saw him live.
Yeah, me neither. Neither one of those guys did I see live.
The 0-1 fly ball to right down the line. Long run. Yastrzemski won't get it. That's going to bounce up and over the fence. A ground rule double for Michael Busch. It landed on that rock-hard warning track dirt and jumped up over that 11.5-foot fence. And that's a ground rule two-bagger for Busch.
Good swing by Michael. It's an off-speed pitch, and when you look at the swing in slow motion, his eyes really track to the barrel of down the barrel of the bat to contact, and he tracks the ball right to contact and hooks this ball down for a ground rule double as it hit the track and bounces just over the basket.
Miguel Amaya hits a smash foul past third. The double by Cubs batters, sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. Michael Busch, the DH for the Cubs today. Designated hitter, sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle. And the 0-1 to Amaya from Rogers instead of Bluff.
So now let me ask you this. When we talk about the great center fielders of all time, and he's got to be at the top of the list. There's one that stands out to me that I played against that was absolutely incredible. We were drafted in the same draft, and I played against him in rookie ball, and that pitch in for a strike. And I just looked at him playing like my first 2 weeks of my minor league baseball ever, and he was 18 and I was 20, and that's Ken Griffey Jr. And I thought, if I've got to do what he's doing on the field, I might want to look at a new profession because you got no chance of doing what he's doing.
He was a little intimidating with his talent.
And he was 2 years younger. I was 20 and he was 18, and he was so much better than the rest of the league. You know, you just knew it. You could see it.
He was wonderful defensively, Griffey.
But still, you don't hear people talk about him as great as Ken Griffey Jr. was.
They should.
Absolutely. He might have been the best player in our era of playing for me. He drafted in 87. But you still don't hear people talk about him like you do Willie Mays. Would you agree to that?
Absolutely. Let me also add a few names. How about Andrew Jones for Atlanta? Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Amaya, and that's out number 2. Cubs lead 3-1. We're in the 6th inning with a man at second. And now 2 outs for Pete Crow Armstrong. Devon White.
Yeah, great defender.
Played for the Angels and then Toronto. He could really go get him.
Devon White was like the coolest outfielder. Yeah, it's like he never, ever was out of stride and caught everything like right in front of him. Boop, just right in front of him. Routine. Everything looked routine.
Here's the pitch to Crow Armstrong instead of Bluff. I never saw Duke Snider live.
He was the other one I was going to ask you about that people talk about.
But let's see, Joe DiMaggio, people rave about how great he was defensively. And there are a couple of others more modern. And Ron, you would have played against Jim Edmonds, right?
Yeah.
Now, he could go get him.
He could absolutely go get him. And he made some dynamic plays. He was a guy that if you played against him, nobody ever liked playing against Jimmy. He had a flair to his game. But, boy, when he was on your team, you knew you liked him because he could go get him in center.
Here comes the 0-1 to Pete Crow Armstrong. Popped up shallow right. The second baseman Estrada there to make the catch. And one more to add to the list. And this is not a full list. This is just the ones that came to mind without doing any major research. Robin.
There's a ball driven in deep left field. Up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field. Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Listen, I've been following you for a while, man. Bottom line is you get your A swing off and generate a lot of pop.
I just want to go
I'm getting
barrel.
this A to B.
Oh, man. Straight to the ball, barrel. Hitting the ball is the hardest thing to do. I'm a person from 0-0, I'm looking for spin. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look for spin, but I'm gonna time up a fastball. If you spin it, I'm swinging. Like if you spin it in the middle, I'm going to destroy it.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Julio Rodriguez?
Former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Wrigley, Zach Zaidman working alongside. Rich Wyatt's our engineer. We thank you for listening today as Austin Slater will bat for the Giants, leading off inning number 7. Warm and breezy at Wrigley. Drew Smiley's first pitch to Slater was a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball away. Again, a day great for hitting and offense. The pitching has been outstanding, really, by both teams. The 1-1, a good curveball is swung on and missed. 1-2. Kyle Hendricks, the pitcher of record on the positive side. Cubs bullpen will try to nail it down and let Kyle be a winning pitcher for the first time this year. Curve missing, 2-2.
Yeah, Kyle, you really can't throw much better than Kyle did today. That's, he had, I believe he had no hitter going into the 6th inning. I mean, he was lights out. Great changeup, great curveball today from Kyle.
2-2 away, ball 3.
And best of all, command. The command of all 3 pitches was lights out. He gave up one line drive to left that really could have been caught possibly, and a bunt hit, or the 2 hits he gave up.
3-2 pitch is high for ball 4. Slater gets the walk. Austin Slater at first. He pinch hit for Conforto. And here's Jorge Soler, a man very capable of tying this game with one swing. You got to be careful here.
Yeah, you see what Smiley tries to do to Soler. Big, strong guy, likes to get his arms extended.
Swings and fouls it back. 7th inning stretch coming up shortly. Sponsored by Volvo Plug-in Hybrid Vehicles. Electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. If you are just joining us, the Cubs got their 3 in the 4th inning. Back-to-back home runs by Ian Happ to center, Dansby Swanson to right center, and then a throwing error by Chapman allowed the other run to score. Fastball strike, 0-2. That's one that Soler wishes he would have swung at.
You see his body language, too. He's just frustrated.
How could I let that one go?
How did I take that fastball away?
Infielders looking for a ground ball. Soler fouls it back. This big man does not really hit many grounders, but every hitter occasionally is going to hit one.
He is some kind of strong.
Should get the attendance figure here shortly. Very few empty seats. The Mets will be here on Friday. No game tomorrow. The 0-2. Soler takes low in the dust. These two teams will turn right around and play 4 more beginning next Monday night in San Francisco. It might be about 30 degrees cooler at the starting times for those games. 57-58. That's about right.
Mm-hmm.
The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. He tantalized him with a slow curveball. Soler swings and misses, and that's out number 1.
Soler got a couple fastballs. One he fouled off, one he took. And I know that's frustrating. And then he had to hit the knuckle curve. This ball, perfect location by that pitch from Smiley right at the shoe tops when it got to the hitting zone.
Lefty to lefty, Mike Yastrzemski pulls one into right field, a base hit. Stopping at second is Slater. So lefty against lefty. Yastrzemski pulled it sharply between Horner and Bellinger. And now 2 men on with 1 away. Tying runs on base. And here is Thairo Estrada.
Now Estrada, one of those guys you got to watch. He's big RBI guy. He's got 39 RBIs hitting out of the bottom of the lineup and 9 home runs. So he is a dangerous hitter and a good hitter with runners in scoring position.
First out in the inning brought to you by Xfinity. You can stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. And pitch to Estrada outside. Infielders looking for a ground ball, something they might be able to turn into a twin killing. Wind blowing straight out. The tall, long-legged left-hander Smiley fires. Low and inside, 2-0. Now you got to be careful.
Wind blowing out very hard still to center field. Any ball hit hard and high in the air has a chance of going out of the park.
You don't want to go 3-0 in this spot. Let's see what Smiley throws. The 2-0, way outside, 3-0. For your top RBI man on the team, it would be a surprise if he does not have the green light. Runners take their leads. The pitch taking a strike is Estrada.
Now that's because it was not a strike. That pitch was well up and out of the strike zone, up and away. Cubs caught a break on that one.
Nestor Seiya calling balls and strikes. Here comes the 3-1 on the way. Strike 2 call. Estrada doing a little protest stroll. I don't know about that pitch being in the zone, but the Cubs will gladly take it.
Yeah, they'll take both of those. If that's the strike zone, it's going to be a tough day to hit the rest of the day.
1 away, full count. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and the 3-2 on the way. Fouled away. Potential turning point of the game right here. A hazy Wednesday afternoon. Outfield deep and straight away. Drew Smiley delivers 3-2 to Estrada. Strike 3 call. The breaking ball got him. It came in up and it dove into the strike zone for a called third strike.
High knuckle curveball, and I know Estrada gave up on this pitch early, and it just barely clips the upper outer part of the strike zone. And that's the only pitch that was thrown for a strike. That was called a strike. Cubs will take it.
And to strike a guy out, Ron, and to get him looking, the top RBI man on the team didn't even take the bat off his shoulder in that spot. Surprising. Tommy Hotovy now out to see about Smiley. Hayden Wesneski, a right-hander, is ready. The Giants have 2 guys throwing in their bullpen, both right-handers, Spencer Howard and Randy Rodriguez. I'm going to see if there's a comma between Spencer and Howard. I'll get back to you on this.
Think Howard Spencer is...
I think it might very well be Howard Spencer.
Yeah.
All right, 2 outs, 2 on. Smiley going to work on pinch hitter Wilmer Flores, former New York Met. Check swing ground ball foul up along third. 0-1. Flores has always had some pop. And that's what Bob Melvin is thinking here, I believe.
Yeah, you take a shot with the left-hander on the mound. That Flores can change the game with one swing.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball, center field, shallow, playable. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. Good job by Smiley. Giants don't score. Time for the 7th inning stretch.
Brett Rooker joining the show in studio. We're going to talk hitting.
What are you thinking right here?
That's 95 at the very top, and I at least foul it off. So I know I can cover it. If I make that same move and have that same mindset, I can cover the fastball at the top. And if I can cover that fastball at the top and at least foul it off with 2 strikes, then I know I'm on the rest of the pitches. And I know I've got time to adjust to it. Can we get a side view? One of the side views back up? And I think
God, he's going to work here.
I know, he's definitely ready.
Here he comes.
He's ready, man.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field, and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
It's an 0-1 count to Altuve. Astros down 4-2. And Altuve hits it in the air pretty deep to left. Carter is back at the wall.
An approach, better results. $100 to open. No monthly minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fees. Member FDIC.
Austin Slater stays in the game in left field after batting for Conforto. Flores will take over at first base after he flied out to center to end the top of this inning. Spencer Howard is the new man on the mound. Nico Horner will take high for a ball. Horner, the leadoff man, 1 for 3. Cubs on top 3-1 as Howard misses outside. Spencer Howard, the right-hander, deals. Nico swings and misses. The count 2-2.
Like Nico was trying to hit that one off his own pitcher on the scoreboard.
Be about a 450-foot blast.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Just outside. 3-2. Opposing pitching changes. Those are brought to you by a good sponsor. Sloan, in fact, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs. Nico fouls it away. Sloan is also the leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Still very hot. It was 89 at game time. It does not feel like it's cooled off. Horner hits a fly ball to right, deep. Back goes Yastrzemski on the track, loses the ball in the sun, and it bounces up into the basket. It'll be a ground rule double. He lost that ball in the sun as he drifted back near the indentation of the wall in right. It bounced on the warning track and jumped up over the basket. It's a ground rule double.
Now, the one rule that we all know playing here at Wrigley Field with the wind blowing out, for the outfielders and infielders, you can't drift on the ball. You've got to go back after it. And he was drifting, and the wind just blew that ball over his head. And then as it got to be in the area where he could catch it, then it got in the sun. So double trouble for Yastrzemski in right, and he did not make the play.
I was thinking of something Billy Williams always said, Ron, about the windy conditions at Wrigley. Here's the 0-1 to Suzuki. It's outside. He would say, if the wind was blowing out like this, I would try to get back and catch it at about chest level. If it's blowing in, I did the same thing. I would want to run in farther than I thought necessary and catch it at chest level. Makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, I've always said when you're playing here as an infielder and the wind is blowing in hard, the infielder's got to be aggressive going out because the ball's going to get blown back to him. For the outfielders, when the wind is blowing out like it is, you have to be over-aggressive going back on the ball, and that's exactly what happened to Yastrzemski. He was not over-aggressive going back, and it blew over his head.
Suzuki strikes out swinging, and that's out number 1. That could be a big run out at second base. Cubs leading 3-1. Here's Cody Bellinger. And, of course, the sun and the wind. As Bellinger hits a ground ball right side off the glove of a diving Flores. Everybody is safe. That's going to be a base hit. His dive probably saved a run. Flores, the new first baseman, backhanding on the dive. Didn't glove it cleanly, but had it gone into the outfield, almost assuredly, Horner would have scored.
That's one of those plays where you wonder when you dive for a ball and hit you in the glove, how can the ball go that far the other direction?
Clank.
It's one of them, bong. It's like, wow.
Nobody ever said that to you, did they?
Oh, that's why I know about it. Yeah, sure.
Christopher Morel, the batter, takes a strike.
That's when you trade glove companies. Sorry, you're out, you're in. Can't be me.
Infield back for the Giants, first and third. Cubs lead 3-1. Now this is a good RBI spot for Morel. The count 0-2. What's he thinking here?
He got the pitch, to do it with was that slider away. If you're looking away and you got an RBI situation in a close ball game late, if you can use the other side of the diamond and they spin one to you, that's not the best pitch. You can really do some damage.
The runner at first goes, the pitch high, and a bluff throw to second and a throw to third, not in time. Horner almost got hit in the back by that throw from the catcher Bailey to the third baseman Chapman. Stolen base for Bellinger, so that minimizes the likelihood of a double play ball. Infield in, and now Morel waits and takes down low. He's got a chance for 2 runs batted in now.
On a day like today, Christopher's just got to get the barrel on the ball. If he uses the other side of the diamond, he could hit one way out of here to right center.
The set for the 2-2. It's upstairs, ball 3. Morel, the team leader with 13 home runs. Also tops on the club with 41 runs batted in. The pitch by Howard is outside. Another pick-off throw to third, not in time. Nico diving back in. The catcher Bailey rifled it down to Chapman. Interesting strategy by the Giants. You've got a right-handed batter up there, Ron, and yet on that play, by necessity, the third baseman has to be running in as the pitch is being made.
Yeah, they were thinking that this could be a ball that could be put in play, or if it's not, the reason why they're picking at third is because Nico was going on contact, so he was getting way down the baseline.
Ian Happ, the batter, swings and misses with the bases loaded now.
Well, this is just a situation. You just want to get the ball elevated. The last thing you want to do is hook a ground ball. You really want to get something out over the plate. Left center, right center.
Ian already with a double and a homer. He takes down in the strike zone for a called strike 2. Stolen bases by the Cubs. We'll get to that read here in a moment. Let's see what Happ can do.
His home run came on a 1-2 pitch.
Cubs leading 3-1. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul. Stolen bases by the Cubs. Sponsored by Arturo. For every stolen base this season, Arturo Tire will make a donation to Keeping Families Covered. Cubs lead by a pair, trying to break it open. Happ lays off some high heat. Runners lead at all three stations. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Happ is out number 2. So it's up to Dansby Swanson with the bases loaded. Swanson has homered and struck out twice. What's the approach here with 2 down and the bags loaded?
Well, I think what you're looking at with the guy on the mound, he is spinning a lot of breaking balls, is Howard.
Swanson takes a strike.
And there was another breaking ball.
So you want to take one of the opposite field?
I would be, well, you know, it depends, but you can look for a certain pitch, and if you get it, you can be on time, especially a breaking ball in the middle of the plate.
There's another one. Breaking ball call, strike 2. Swanson not overjoyed with that call by Nestor Seiya.
Swanson with the bases loaded in his career, 305 and 2 grand slams.
Cubs do not want to let this chance slip away, not after Horner led off the inning with a double. Bases loaded, 2 down, 2 strikes on Dansby Swanson. Spencer Howard deals. Line drive, base hit, center field. 1 run is in. Bellinger's going to score. The throw goes to third, not in time. 2-run single, Dansby Swanson. Cubs lead 5-1.
Dansby gets a pitch away, and he goes back through the middle, really kind of the other way. It goes over to second baseman's head. Dansby's 2 home runs over the last couple days, and now this big base hit on pitches away that he's using the other side of the field. I think that is a big, big plus for Dansby and the Chicago Cubs. It means he is getting on time. That's just a huge bonus for the Cubs.
Cubs with their biggest lead of the day, 5-1. 2 outs, first and third for Michael Busch, who takes outside. Swanson's 3 RBIs for the day give him 24 for the year. And now let's see if Busch can keep the inning going. Swanson runs the pitch high, throw to second, not in time. Now Dansby's in a rundown between first and second, and he will be safe as the ball is dropped, and a run scores. A run scores. The Cubs lead 6-1. Wilmer Flores, the first baseman, dropped the ball, and Dansby gets back safely to first. That's an old Cubs trick play right there, Ron.
Yeah, they finally throw through to second base on the 2-out first and third. Dansby stops short instead of getting tagged out. Dansby's out dead to rights at first on the play, and the ball just is dropped by Flores. I mean, he was going to be out by quite a bit in the rundown, and Christopher ends up scoring.
Cubs on top 6-1. And Michael Busch waits for the 2-1. And he hits one into left field shallow, and that's going to be off the glove of a diving Slater. Racing to third on the single is Dansby Swanson. Michael Busch gets a base hit. Slater made a valiant diving effort. The ball hit the ground and then jumped up in the air. I'm not sure where it struck Slater. It's a base hit for Busch. First and third, 2 down. And the Cubs trying to add to their 5-run lead.
Baseball is just a crazy game. Let me tell you, for this last, 40-some games that the Cubs offense has struggled, how many balls have we seen get caught right at the wall that the Cubs hit? How many balls do we see go in the basket or just clear the wall for the opposing team. Great diving catches. And you know, you're talking on an inch or two either way. These last 2 days, everything has gone the Cubs' way on offense. Balls landing in the basket. Diving plays not made. Ball dive, hit the glove and ricochets out. I mean, if you don't think there's some luck in baseball, you haven't watched much baseball. I can promise you that.
It has got to be the most unpredictable sport that has ever been invented. It's got to be.
There's no doubt. It's just a crazy, crazy game of, you know, guys with a lot of skill, but sometimes it's just, you just get lucky.
Miguel Amaya, the batter, and he'll swing and miss.
Or not get lucky, but luck is on your side, I guess is a way of putting it.
Cubs have scored 3 in the inning, their second 3-run rally of the day, trying to take the series 2 out of 3. And Amaya, the 8th man to bat in the inning, swings and fouls it back. Swanson able to go first to third on the 2-out bloop single by Bush. Bush has had another prosperous afternoon. He's doubled, singled, and walked. He scored a run. It'll keep you in the lineup. The runner goes, swing and a miss by Amaya, and that ends the inning. Cubs score 3 on 4 hits. We go.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field, and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Rex Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Listen, I've been following you for a while, man. Bottom line is you get your A swing off and generate a lot of pop.
I just want to go
I'm getting
barrel.
this A to B.
Oh, man. Straight to the ball, barrel. Hitting the ball is the hardest thing to do. I'm a person from 0-0, I'm looking for spin. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to look for spin, but I'm going to time up a fastball. 0-0, if you spin it, I'm swinging. Like, if you spin it in the middle, I'm going to destroy it.
Ron, thank you. We go to the 8th inning. I know you're a big fan of Frank Sinatra music, as millions of us have been for a long time. There's a Willie Mays and Frank Sinatra story I want to share with you as Brett Wisely leads off the 8th inning. It's from Mike Murphy, longtime Giants clubhouse manager and a great guy. He says, I met Willie Mays when I was a bat boy, 14 years old. He was 25. We became friends for life. Here's a swing and a line drive, base hit past a diving Horner into right center. Leadoff single for Wisely. Now, Willie knew I was a big Sinatra fan. One day, the Giants are in Palm Springs at spring training. Willie invites me to dinner to meet a friend of his. We drive up to this big house, and there was Frank Sinatra at the door waiting for us. I couldn't believe it, he says.
Now, that would be a dinner I would really like to have been there. I wouldn't have to say a word. Just sit and listen.
But how about Willie Mays at the age of 25, a friend of Frank Sinatra's, to the point where they drove over to his house?
Right.
Not many 25-year-olds would have that kind of clout.
No.
Right?
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2, period. You know? And for Willie Mays to invite, a guy we've known for, years and years and years, Murph, their equipment manager, who was the bat boy, started out as a bat boy, but I knew Murph as their head equipment manager forever and ever. What a great story. Huh.
Do you have a favorite Sinatra song?
Probably My Way. I really like when he sings. That's a really good one.
Bouncing ball to the right side, fielded by Horner. Go to second, they get 1, and that's all. 4-6 on the fielder's choice.
He's got a lot of good ones. I mean, New York, Summer Wind, right?
Came blowing in.
Him singing Chicago, that's not a bad one either.
My Kind of Town, absolutely. Saw a man dance with his wife. The Summer Wind, there's a word in there, Piper Man. Would that be a flute player?
That's a very good question.
Because the word, you've heard of it.
Yes, I
Piper
have.
Man.
Yeah.
And I thought, what exactly is a Piper Man? Zach is going to Google it right now. I've been thinking about this for about 50 years. Here's a pitch outside. Well, for a ball 1-1.
8th inning in a 6-1 game is a good time to bring it up.
What is a Piper Man?
A little bit of a cushion here. A piper is a musician who plays the bagpipes.
Oh,
plays the bagpipes. Okay. Anything more to that, or is that pretty much it?
I feel like that gives you a pretty good
indicator. Pat's been pondering this for 50 years.
Yeah, I was hoping
come up with a little something more than one sentence.
A little more detail.
I profoundly apologize.
No, that's fine. Yeah. You did your best. Now the 1-2 to Bailey. Big chop to first. Fielded by Bellinger. Goes to second. They get the force there, and the throw to first almost doubles up the runner Bailey. They get the lead runner on the 3-6 fielder's choice. 2 down, a man at first. Cubs lead 6-1. We're in the 8th inning. How did we do in the attendance game today? It says that Rich Wyatt, a.k.a. the Piper Man, is the winner. Wow. He gets 37.5. It was 37,673. Biggest crowd of the series. Swing and a miss by Matt Chapman.
Must have been because Richie was here. A lot of extra tickets when Richie comes to town, boy, I'll tell you. Wait till Mitch Rosen gets that bill.
Is this something he's notorious for, Ron? I was oblivious to this.
I was too
as
until
I am
today.
To most things. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul off to the right out of play. You were until this minute?
Yeah,
or
until just this minute when I made it up.
Okay. I like the creativity.
It's like that 50-year thing,
Actually, I don't know, but I'll say yes. I wanted to act cool, like, oh, yeah, sure, I know. And I thought, huh? H-U-H.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that should be printed on my forehead most of the time. H-U-H.
Well, you got that deal with the guy with the shirts down the street. We could just come up with one, huh?
It's a very good point. It's a business venture I'll certainly consider.
Make him an offer.
He may not, but I will. No, obvious shirts.
Yeah.
Right near Wrigley Field. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matt Chapman. And the pitch popped up foul off to the right and out of play.
You were signing autographs over there a couple weeks ago, and I drove by, and the line was wrapped around the building and went, huh? I'm out. Sorry, partner.
So you dropped an H-U-H also?
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I thought, I'll see you in the morning.
1-2. Mark Leiter Jr.'s pitch a little bit high to Matt Chapman.
No, those guys are very nice guys. Yeah.
Oh, they're great. Now the 2-2 from Leiter to Chapman. 2 down, a runner at first. Cubs lead 6-1. Chapman dribbles it foul right side. 2 base hits by the Cubs. Those are sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. Please stay tuned for the toast of the game, named by Ron Coomer and sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. And whenever Cubs are safe at the plate, that is sponsored by Grainger. Think safety, think Grainger. Curveball outside to Chapman. Sometimes wonder about the origin of names. Chapman. Chapman. And the 3-2 pitch from Leiter. Chapman takes outside. That's ball 4. All of a sudden, the extra insurance runs seem a little more significant that the Cubs tacked on in the 7th inning. They have a 6-1 lead. Still some baseball left today. We're in the 8th inning.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those days where you got to keep playing the game. Leiter's last fastball, it was quite a bit down. He asked the home plate umpire, has to say where that pitch was, but it was down by quite a bit.
Cubs baseball brought to you in part by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. And walks are always a reminder. Walks are sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
And Pat, I have an answer for you. Chapman is an English surname derived from the Old English market man, merchant, a tradesman, if you will.
A tradesman was known as a chap?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you, Zach. Anything more on the Piper man? Here's a pitch swung on and missed.
Still hasn't made up for the old Piper man. Zach, I think that's stuck in his craw.
Again, a musician.
50 years worth. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Now the 0-1. Slater fouls it back. 0-2 on Austin Slater.
To be fair, Google is not 50 years old,
no.
So
nobody said it was going to be easy.
No, that's right. That makes me feel very youthful. Thank you. Here's the pitch to Slater. It's outside for a ball. And it's 1-2. You are what you are, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now the set for Mark Leiter Jr., the pitch. Breaking ball just outside, 2-2.
Leiter's pitch count now in this inning starting to climb in a very hot day. 21 pitches here in the inning.
It's Kyle Hendricks' game to win. And now the 2-2. A little bit low, ball 3. A splitter that time. No game tomorrow. Cubs will have the day off, and the New York Mets will be here on Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday night. This crowd wants the inning to end right now. Cubs leading 6-1. Top of the 8th. Runners lead. There they go. The pitch outside. He walked in. Slater gets the walk. His second walk of the day. A single and 2 walks yielded by Mark Leiter Jr. And that's going to be all for him. A pitching change coming up. Giants have the bases loaded. Again, this game is not over, not in these conditions. The Cubs are on top 6-1, and we'll be back.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field, and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's gonna wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Now it's time for Who Can It Be? We're going to show you a childhood photo of a big leaguer. Can you guess who it is? India. Can you find Pete Alonso in this sea of Mets fans?
And Alonso drives one deep left field, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with his second home run of the day.
Pete Alonso keeps on raking.
Just very strong.
And there he is.
Oh, it's O'Neal Cruz. High drive right center field. Look at this baby. That's a Cruz missile. Into the Allegheny she goes. Cruz is 8th. A 3.
Kyle Higashioka with a bases clearing triple. The Braves a 7-0 drubbing of the Tigers. And in progress, top of the 4th, Diamondbacks and Nationals are scoreless in Washington. Pat?
And you did say Miami has beaten St. Louis in that game, Zach?
Yep, on a walk-off single by Otto Lopez, 4-3.
4-3 the final. All right, Tyson Miller, the new Cubs pitcher, bases loaded, 2 down. Top of the 8th inning, Jorge Soler takes a strike. The lead is 5. Soler with a long ball on his mind, undoubtedly. Here comes the 0-1. Popped up foul, out of play, 0-2. What's on your mind, Ron?
I would not throw that last pitch again. That was a 4-seam fastball right in the middle of the plate. And Soler fouled it off. I would, if you're going to make a pitch as to set something up, I would throw something hard inside to Soler.
Here comes the 0-2. Dribbled foul at the plate. Breaking ball.
Well, breaking ball down. It was good location. It was well down out of the zone.
Some of the fans have moved from the sunny side of the field on the right field side over to the shaded area down the left field line. Who can blame them? The strike 2 pitch. Lined foul deep to left and back out of play. That breaking ball was in a little bit of a danger zone.
Miller just lucky that Soler just pulled the trigger a little early. And he hammered this ball but hooked it way foul.
2 strikes on Soler. Bases loaded for the Giants. And the 0-2 on the way. Curveball is low. 1-2. Cubs offense today supplied by Ian Happ and Dansby Swanson. They hit back-to-back homers in the 4th inning, and the Cubs have led ever since. Dansby added a 2-run single in the 7th. Here comes the 1-2 to Soler. It's high, 2-2. Cubs out hitting the Giants 11-5. Runners lead at all 3 stations, and the 2-2 pitch. Drilled in the air, deep to left. This is going to be a grand slam home run. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run game. Breaking ball hung. Soler pounded it. Gone by plenty. And his grand slam makes it a precarious 1-run lead for the Cubs now, 6-5.
Now we talk about making plays and not walking guys and putting extra guys on. That's what happened in this inning. And this ball is a rocket, hanging breaking ball in the middle of the plate and up. And Soler hits this ball, a line drive rocket going towards Waveland Avenue.
And now Mike Yastrzemski represents the tying run as the Cub lead is 6-5. These are the things that can happen on a day like today with that wind blowing out. Fortunes can change so quickly you almost can't even believe it sometimes. Yastrzemski swings and misses, nothing in 2. Soler's 9th home run of the year and now has 26 RBIs. That was a rocket. And the 0-2 from Tyson Miller. And that's going to be a little bit high for a ball. 1-2. Both men that walked earlier in the inning came in to score. Chapman and Slater. There's a high pop fly right side playable for Bellinger in foul territory. He's got it. And that ends the inning. But the grand slam by Soler makes it close. Cubs 6, Giants 5. This is the score.
Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
Now it's time for Who Kid It Be? We're going to show you the childhood photo of a big league star. Can you guess who it is? The answer is Austin Riley.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family!
First up, and you know what I'm going to say. The Cubs would love to get an insurance run or 3. Horner on deck, and then Suzuki. Pete Crow Armstrong. He's been involved in a couple of the rallies with a bunt single and also a base hit to right. Cubs 6, Giants 5. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Colton Brewer, a right-hander throwing in the Cub bullpen. Walker delivers again, and Armstrong swings and misses, strike 3. Pete Crow Armstrong is out, number 1. Walker kind of turns his back on the hitter and then brings it around 3/4 sidearm. He might be a guy you might have to see a couple of times, Ron, before you get an idea of what it's going to look like.
Boy, there is no doubt he's going to be tough on righties.
Fly ball to right, moving over. Yastrzemski making the catch. And Horner is out, number 2.
I was wondering if we might see Pete Crow Armstrong look to bunt, you know, and leading off this bottom of the 8th, and see if he put a little pressure on the defense. Chapman, I was watching, Chapman was not in on the grass. He was only playing even with the bag at third. And we know as fast as Pete is, you get that bunt down, you got a really good chance of being a base hit.
Giants are going to have the 8, 9, and 1 spots due up in the 9th inning. 2 down, nobody on. Seiya Suzuki hits a big bouncer to short, fielded by Wisely, and he throws out Seiya. So the Cubs do nothing. Time to fasten those seatbelts as we go to the 9th inning.
Worker joining the show in studio. We're going to talk hitting.
What are you thinking right here?
That's 95 at the very top, and I at least foul it off. So I know I can cover it. If I make that same move and have that same mindset, I can cover the fastball at the top. And if I can cover that fastball at the top and at least foul it off with 2 strikes, then I know I'm on the rest of the pitches. And I know I've got time to adjust to it. Can we get a side view? One of the side views back up? And I think
God, he's going to work here.
I know, he's definitely ready.
Here he comes.
He's ready, man.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run, a 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head.
Tyro Estrada, first up in the 9th inning, takes a strike. Right-hander Colton Brewer doing the Cubs pitching. 6'4" right-hander from Dallas, Texas. This ball is rolled toward third. Good play by Morel. Throws to first to get him. That's one of the best plays we've seen Christopher Morel make. It would have been, that is. But David Bodie has just come into the game to play third base. That's an excellent play by David Bodie.
It really is. He just comes in this inning for defense, and the ball gets rolled right over the bag at third and ends up David making a great play. Great throw on the run on the backhand play.
One down here in the 9th inning.
That pitch just missed outside. Fastball from Brewer.
Wilmer Flores the batter. Brewer always works from the stretch. Fouled away, 1-1.
You know, guys, the first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. That may very well be the catch of the game by David Bodie there.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't live once. Here is a pitch taken high for ball 2. Hey, these are live broadcasts.
I was going to say, somebody in the Hall of Fame said these are live broadcasts, folks.
And we just proved it, among other things. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Flores. It's down low for a ball. David Bodie playing third.
Hardest working player of the game,
Me.
Sponsored by Power Tool. What hard workers and broadcasters deserve.
1 down, 9th inning. Cubs on top, 6-5. Here's the pitch to Flores. It's low and inside. Ball 4. Flores gets the walk. 1 out, 1 on. Brett Wisely stepping in. Pinch runner for San Francisco at first. We will identify him momentarily.
Hardest working player will be Dansby Swanson, Pat. Home run, a double or a single, 3 RBIs, scored a run. Great shortstop today. Excellent day for Dansby.
Trying to get an identification of the runner at first. And we'll have that in a moment. That's Ahmed.
Yeah.
Nick Ahmed. Fastball to Wisely is a strike. Cubs 6, Giants 5. Top of the 9th, 1 away and a man at first. Wisely, the left-handed batter, pulls one foul on the ground. It's 0-2.
Good breaking ball there by Brewer to get the Little rollover ground ball foul. Ahead 0-2. Boy, you'd love to see a one-hopper to Nico now.
The big long-legged right-hander. Colton Brewer fires this pitch low. Nick Ahmed almost overcommitted, taking his secondary lead at first. Sometimes you can get out there and you're almost in no man's land. 1-2. Infielders looking for a ground ball to pitch. Low and inside. It's 2-2. Outfield deep and straight away. You don't want a ball hit over your head, something that would allow the tying run to score. So you back up and play a little deeper. Pickoff throw to first, not in time.
He's trying to keep Ahmed somewhat close.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Brett Wisely waiting. Ahmed leads at first. And the pitch inside, 3-2.
I would not be surprised if you see Ahmed off and running. 3-2, 1 out with this pitch.
Apparently no activity in the Cub bullpen. Cubs leading by a run, trying to hang on here in the 9th inning. And the 3-2 pitch. He walked him down low, and now the tying run is at second, and the go-ahead run is at first. And Elliot Ramos is due up. Let's pause 10 seconds right here for station ID. This is The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on the Bernstein and Holmes Show, weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 on 670 The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Conference on the mound. Tommy Hadavy has the whole infield around him. Hayden Wesneski now throwing in the Cub bullpen.
Now, Wesneski was up earlier, so, and with this day being as hot as it is, it's not going to take Wesneski long to get ready.
Ahmed leads at second, Wisely from first. Ramos swings and fouls it back. And it's 0-1. Ramos 0 for 3 with a walk in this game.
He is one of the league's leading hitters, hitting .313 with 9 home runs.
Cubs lead 6-5, 9th inning. This pitch fouled away. He challenged him. What's on your mind here, Ron, on 0-2?
You know, whatever you feel like you could throw down and away and just miss the outside corner and see if you can get some chase or maybe a rollover ground ball. I would just stay away from the strike zone here on 0-2.
The right-hander fires his bouncer over the mound. It is charged by Swanson. Throw to first to get him. Good play by Dansby. He short-hopped a grounder. He was on the dead run as he cut in front of second. The Giants might be challenging the play at first.
I don't think Melvin even looked to challenge. He must have thought he was just out at first. They did not even, he didn't put a hand up like he wanted to challenge.
Close play.
Yeah, very. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it's really close at first.
But now men at second and third with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Patrick Bailey, the batter, takes inside. Ahmed with good speed at third. Wisely can run at second. There's a nice play by Swanson a minute ago. 2 down, 9th inning. Cubs lead 6-5. And the next pitch. Ground ball to Horner. He's got it. Throws to first. Cubs win. The Cubs win the ball game. Very nice job by Colton Brewer getting the save. Very difficult day for all the guys who pitched on the mound at Wrigley. in these sweltering conditions, Ron.
Yeah, Chuck got a big win for the Cubs, a big series win because of the struggles that they've had over the last month or so. But, you talk about someone stepping up big. We talked about that in the pregame show today, and you and I did early in the ballgame. Guy that really stepped up today, Kyle Hendricks. How about taking a no-hitter into the 6th inning? And he has had his struggles this season, but boy, tell you what, he came back in a big way, made great pitches, executed, did his job, gave the Cubs a great chance to win. And the offense, once again now, Pat, this is 3 days in a row. 10 hits, 11 hits, and now 11 hits again today.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field, and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh? Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
329-1800. Good win for the Cubs today, Ron, wouldn't you say?
Yes, very good win. Big series win. And, I just like that the offense is getting back on track here a little bit. 3 days of double-digit hit numbers, and that to me is important.
We're going to take a timeout and come back and talk about some of those numbers right after this. The Cubs win the ball game, beating the Giants 6-5. This is
McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
We do not mess up your name. We pride ourselves here on MLB Central.
That's right.
Right?
That's
on
right.
getting them right. We have a little game for you. Are you ready? Blower Lau had his first big league hit against Nathan Eovaldi.
Wow.
No.
Oh.
Your first knock's Eovaldi?
Off the end of the bats.
That's
Weber.
a nice one, though.
Yeah.
That's a
What were you thinking right there?
Oh, this is your first knock? That doesn't count.
Have you ever hit 1,000 for a year? There you go.
There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh? Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
Cabrera launches one. Deep left center field. Get out of here. Go!
You talked about, on days like this for years that Kyle has been in a Cubs uniform, the back and forth change of speed. He did that perfectly today between the fastball, good curveball, and changeup we know is his best pitch. But just to do that today when the Cubs really needed a big start was huge. He will be our Benny's Toast of the Game ball player today. And once again, it's just a big win and a big series win to get the Cubs back on track.
Cubs take 2 out of 3, winning 6-5. We'll be back with just a little bit more after this on The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?